The air hit me first. It was warm, it was humid, it carried the scent of damp earth, and something sweet. Maybe jasmine flowers. I had arrived in a small village in Kerala. This region is in southern India. They call it God's own country. I could see why. Palm trees swayed gently. Their fronds brushed the sky. Green was everywhere, so many shades of green. From the bright rice paddies to the dark leaves of mango trees. It was a lush, vibrant world. Little houses dotted the landscape. They had sloping tiled roofs. Many were painted in bright colors. Blues, yellows, and pinks. Chickens scratched in the dusty yards. Goats bleated nearby. Children's laughter echoed. It came from a small schoolhouse. The sounds were gentle. Life here felt unhurried. It moved at a different pace, a slower, more thoughtful rhythm. This was far from the rush of big cities. This was a place to breathe, a place to connect. I walked along a narrow path. It wound its way through the greenery. Canals shimmered beside me. Locals called them backwaters. Small wooden boats glided silently. Fishermen cast their nets. Their movements were graceful, practiced over generations. I reached a modest, well-kept house. It had a small veranda. A woman stood there. She had a kind face. Wrinkles crinkled around her eyes. Her smile was wide and genuine. This was Amma. That means mother in the local language. She wore a simple cotton sari. Its colors were soft and faded. Her gray hair was tied in a neat bun. A small bindi adorned her forehead. She radiated warmth, a sense of calm strength. Amma greeted me with a gentle nod. Her eyes sparkled with welcome. She didn't speak much English, and my Malayalam was very basic. But some things don't need words. A smile is universal. A welcoming gesture speaks volumes. Her son helped with translation. He told me Amma was happy to share her cooking. She'd been cooking for her family for over 60 years. Her recipes were her heritage, passed down from her own mother. She led me inside. The house was cool and dim, a relief from the midday sun. The floors were smooth stone, worn by countless footsteps. Simple wooden furniture lined the walls. Photographs of family members hung proudly. Amma led me to her kitchen. It was the heart of her home, not a modern, shiny kitchen. This was a traditional Keralan kitchen. It was simple, it was functional, it was beautiful in its own way. The walls were a bit smoky, a testament to years of cooking. A wood-fired stove stood in one corner. Clay pots of various sizes were stacked neatly. Brass and copper vessels gleamed softly. They reflected the light from the open doorway. The air in the kitchen was already fragrant. Hints of coconut, a touch of spice. The promise of delicious things to come, a stone-grinding slab, and sat ready. This was for fresh spices, no pre-packaged powders here. Everything was made from scratch. Amma showed me the fresh vegetables. They were piled in woven baskets, brightly colored, just picked from the garden. Okra, beans, pumpkin, and green bananas. So much variety. Sunlight streamed through a small window. It illuminated floating dust motes like tiny dancing stars. Amma moved with purpose. She knew this space intimately. Every pot, every spoon had its place. Her movements were efficient, economical. There was no wasted effort. Today, we were preparing parts of a sadhya. Amma explained this through her son. A sadhya is a traditional Keralan feast. It is often served on festive occasions, like weddings or the Onam festival. It is a vegetarian meal, served on a fresh banana leaf. It can have many dishes, sometimes 20 or more. Each dish has its own unique flavor, its own special place on the leaf. It sounded magnificent. Amma said we would make a few key dishes. Not the full 20-course spread, but enough to taste the essence of sadhya. We would make a flavorful lentil and vegetable stew, and a mixed vegetable dish with coconut and yogurt, also a stir-fried vegetable dish with grated coconut, and of course rice. Lots of fluffy steamed rice, the foundation of any South Indian meal. These dishes are staples, beloved by everyone in Kerala. The beauty of sadhya is its balance. It has sweet, sour, salty, and spicy flavors, all working together in harmony. Different textures too, crispy, soft, creamy, and crunchy. Each small portion contributes to the whole. It's a symphony of tastes, a culinary journey on a single leaf. Amma's eyes lit up as she described it. Our cooking adventure started with the spices. Amma showed me whole spices, turmeric roots, not powder, coriander seeds, cumin seeds, fenugreek seeds, dried red chilies, black peppercorns. These were the building blocks of flavor. She gently roasted some of them in a heavy iron pan. The kitchen filled with an incredible aroma, warm, earthy, pungent. My senses were on high alert. This was the magic of Indian cooking. Then came the grinding. Amma placed the roasted spices on the stone slab. She used a heavy cylindrical stone. She rolled it back and forth, adding a little water, transforming the whole spices into a smooth paste. It was hard work. Her arm muscles were strong. I tried my hand at it. It was much harder than it looked. My paste was lumpy. Amma chuckled kindly. She showed me the technique again, patiently. Next, we chopped vegetables. So many vegetables. As we cooked, Amma shared stories. Her son translated. She talked about her childhood, learning to cook from her own mother, in a kitchen very similar to this one. She spoke of festivals, of family gatherings, of the joy of feeding loved ones. Her words painted vivid pictures of a life rich in tradition, a life centered around family and food. Cooking was not a chore for her, it was an act of love. She showed me how to temper spices. This is called heating oil, adding mustard seeds until they pop. Then curry leaves, dried chilies, and asafoetida. This fragrant mixture is poured over dishes. It adds a final burst of flavor, and a wonderful aroma. The sizzle was exciting, the smell, intoxicating. It's a crucial step in many Indian dishes, a signature technique. I watched, fascinated. The wood fire in the stove crackled softly. It gave off a gentle heat. Cooking over wood is different. It imparts a subtle smoky flavor, something you can't replicate on a gas stove. Amma expertly managed the fire, adding small pieces of wood, adjusting the flames. It was an art in itself. She told me about different types of wood, which ones burn best, which ones give the best flavor. Generations of knowledge passed down. We didn't talk constantly. Coconut is king in Kerala. You see coconut palms everywhere. Their graceful forms define the landscape. Amma explained that every part of the coconut tree is used. The leaves for thatching roofs, the wood for building, the husk for coir ropes, and of course the coconut itself, for food, for oil, for drink. It is truly the tree of life here, a symbol of prosperity, and a vital part of the Kerala identity. In our cooking, coconut was a star. We used freshly grated coconut it provided sweetness and texture. We used coconut milk making it rich and creamy. Amma showed me how to extract coconut milk by grating fresh coconut, then squeezing it with warm water. First press gives thick milk, second press gives thinner milk. No canned coconut milk here. Everything was fresh, everything was natural. Coconut oil was our cooking medium. It has a unique flavor, slightly sweet. It's widely used in South Indian cooking, especially in Kerala. Amma said it was healthy, good for the hair and skin too. She even used coconut shells as small bowls or ladles. Nothing was wasted. This respect for ingredients, this connection to nature. Finally, the cooking was done. The kitchen was filled with amazing aromas, a symphony of spices, vegetables, and coconut. Amma carefully laid out banana leaves, on the floor, in the traditional way. The leaves were large, bright green, freshly cut. They served as our plates. This is an eco-friendly practice, and it adds a subtle flavor to the hot food. A very Kerala experience. She began to serve the dishes. Each one had its specific place on the leaf. A little mound of fluffy red rice, a spoonful of golden, a colorful portion of, a neat pile of, a small, crispy, a dab of tangy pickle. It looked like a work of art, a vibrant palette of colors, textures, and flavors. My mouth was watering. The anticipation was immense. This was the moment we had worked towards. We sat cross-legged on the floor, Amma, her son and me, eating with our right hands, as is traditional in India. It felt natural, connecting directly with the food. Amma showed me how to mix the rice and curries, how to enjoy the different combinations. The food was incredible, so many layers of flavor. The freshness of the ingredients shone through. The spices were perfectly balanced, not too hot, just right. Each dish was distinct, yet they all complemented each other. The best part was sharing the meal with Amma. As the meal ended, I felt a deep sense of gratitude, and a little sadness that it was over. Amma seemed pleased. She saw my empty banana leaf, a sign of a satisfied guest. We cleaned up together, washing the few pots and pans. The banana leaves would be fed to the cows, nothing wasted. The simplicity and sustainability were inspiring, a lesson for our modern world, where so much is disposable. This experience was about so much more than food. It was about people, about connection, about understanding a different way of life. Amma, with her warm smile and gentle spirit, she had opened her home and her heart. She taught me about Kerala cuisine, but also about generosity, about patience, about the importance of tradition. These were lessons I would carry with me. Long after the taste of the food faded, when it was time to leave, Amma pressed a small packet into my hand. Some of the freshly ground spice mix we had made, a fragrant reminder of our time together. Her son translated her parting words. "Come back again," she said, "my kitchen is always open." I was touched by her kindness, her genuine hospitality.